do it immediately after Mama Zamzam has done it so fluently. You wait for another day when you do it on your own. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to take this opportunity to support this sessional paper by the government, and I want to appreciate that for once we see a government which has intentions and is moving forward to ensure that these intentions also become a reality, especially in ensuring that our country takes on the next step in terms of manufacturing, in terms of industrialization, in terms of production. For far too long, this country has celebrated much more of a service industry, which does not really produce. And when you don't produce, you also don't grow the economy. And for us now to see this kind of a motion and a sessional paper, I really want to appreciate what the government is thinking about. And for that reason, I would like to add my word. I would like to add my voice on this and say that if and when we start manufacturing cars and assembling them in Kenya, we are automatically going to create employment in our country. And unemployment in Kenya is a crisis that is facing us and that we must deal with. And this is one of the ways in which, as a country, we are going to be dealing with the problem of unemployment. And it's not far-fetched, Mr. Speaker, that we are thinking about manufacturing of cars. I am reminded of a gentleman who used to be a tutor here in the Nairobi Institute of Technology, it is Nairobi Technical Institute, by the name Gitonga Mushao Wadhanga. This gentleman is now late, and he hailed from my constituency. And Mr. Gitonga actually did assemble a limousine, which was showcased in all our media stations. And we celebrated him for that. I remember even when we went for his burial a short while ago, a few months ago, the limousine was parked somewhere as a testimony of a Kenyan who lived and who gave his all, who was innovative and attempted to manufacture or to assemble a limousine. This he had done from B-15, those old type B-15s. And he was able to make a very nice limousine, which is still there till today, to date. And if our late friend had been able to get support from government, if this kind of a sessional paper had been done and government had implemented this arrangement, he would probably have had support from government to start an industry that would have seen us growing our economy, promoting also that trade, and ensuring that we also become manufacturers and assemblers of limousines in Kenya. And that's why I believe in this country we have the capacity, we have the innovative minds in our young people, that we can be able to produce something that will be so unique. We don't have to just think about simple and small industries like manufacturing of smaller vehicles like the tuk-tuks. They are okay, it's okay, we can do that. But I know for sure as a country we have the capacity to do even much more sophisticated vehicles, and will be the pride of Africa. I know if we do implement this policy, we are going to generate, or we are going to provoke, and we are going to stir other economic factories and industries in this country that are going to start based on this. You can imagine we have a leather industry in Kenya which does so well, or which will do so well to produce the covers for the vehicles that we are going to be assembling and manufacturing in this country. We will have the industry which is dealing with the mirrors and glass. I'm sure this is another industry that would actually come up in a very serious way. We have bodybuilding. This one is there, especially when we are looking at the minibuses and the trucks. We manufacture most of these, or we assemble most of those bodies from this country. But again, it's going to be enhanced. Mr. Speaker, I see a situation where if we manufacture these vehicles from this country, we are going to be an exporter to our neighboring countries. Most of the African countries, we can now have them importing their vehicles from this country, because then we are going to build a vehicle that is going to be built for resilience in this continent, because we understand our continent well. So we are going to have a more resilient vehicle that is going to be sold to other neighboring countries. And that means that then we are going to have inflows of foreign currency to our country. As it is today, we are spending rather too much on foreign currency outflows as we import vehicles from countries, other countries. And of course, you know, most of the times we are importing vehicles which are more than 6, 7 years old, and for that reason, which have a lot of carbon emissions into our air. And for that reason, you find that our air around this city is not quality, and it affects our health every other time. So if we do manufacture our own vehicles, we are likely now to have clean emissions. We are going to hopefully even take advantage of the new innovations in the market to be able to come up with even electrical vehicles that are not going to be consuming, or are not going to be generating or are not going to be powered by the fossil fuels that have very harmful environmental impact in this country. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I really want to support this motion so that we generate employment, so that we grow our economy, so that we support the TVET industry, because, of course, you know, if we are going to be in this industry, we are going to require a lot of people who are well-skilled and trained. That means then we are also going to be promoting our TVET institutions. I have, for example, Mukurweini Technical Institute that will probably produce a lot of young people who have the capacity, the knowledge, the skills to be able to participate and to be employed in some of those industries which are going to help us as a country to be able to improve the well-being of our young people. And so, Mr. Speaker, as I finish, I want to support this motion so that we can also improve the environment. And today, all of us are aware, Mr. Speaker, that the issue of environment is taking center stage in our discussions as it is shaping the way we are moving as a country and as a globe. And so I dare say that as I support this motion, or as I support this sessional paper, I would like us to think about production of vehicles that are going to be powered by clean energy, so that we forfeit the fossil fuels, which, of course, you know, have destabilized our economy in a big way because of the impact of international trends and the geopolitical politics that have affected the issues of exports and imports, especially when it comes to the issues of petroleum across the globe. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to support.
Very well. Honorable members, notwithstanding the motion passed earlier today, which increased the time for debate on this sessional paper from 2 hours 30 minutes to 5 hours 30 minutes, there being no other member with interest to speak on this sessional paper, number 1 of 2022 on the national automotive policy, I will therefore call upon the mover to reply. Thank you. I will now give this opportunity to Deputy Majority Party Whip Honorable Naomi Wako to reply.